It was transformational. Everyone should do this. Hi, my name's Liz Stanford, and I'm one half of Baba Business, the Birth and Baby Business Academy.
My name's Anna LaGrange, the other half of Baba Business, the community membership that helps birth and baby business owners turn their passion into profit. Ooh, that was me who said that. It was transformational. So I better share why. And what I'm talking about here is the biggest moments in my businesses over the years. So I'm talking about mainly the Mindful Breastfeeding School, is the kind of the ahas, the biggest realizations, and the times when I've taken the biggest leaps in my business. They all come after one thing, and that is a live event or some kind of event, retreat, day. I can genuinely say that not every single one, have been some that have been a little bit less transformational, always get something out of a live event. But the moments I can think of in my business was like, yes, that's when things changed. That's when I did things differently. That's when I saw something differently, or I realized something about myself. They came off those live events, because I think for me, being in a group of people and being, just given the opportunity to look at something from a different perspective, or take the time out to be able to see my business from that bird's eye view, or from the kind of view of other people, which is so invaluable to have other people say, why are you thinking that? Or why do you see it like that? Or why do you think you couldn't do that? Is extremely powerful to me. So I think that's been the key factor to these live events and why they've made such transformational differences to my business.
Yeah, that's amazing, and I can really relate to the impact that events can have, and even if we're not thinking of them as events as such, but those in-person experiences are so important, connecting with other business owners. I can remember one of the very first kind of in-person things that I went to. It was the end of a mastermind that I was part of. So it was like a hybrid type thing where we were online, and then we had one day all together in London. And I think there was 4 of us, and then the coach leading it. And it was amazing, and it totally pushed me out of my comfort zone. I remember doing things and talking about things that I'd never talked to before about with strangers, really kind of getting they weren't strangers then because we'd known each other from the mastermind, but kind of getting like uncomfortable and sort of undressing your stuff, if you like, really kind of laying it on the table, what these things were that were holding you back, and getting it out there, and then getting support for, strengthening your own belief in yourself. But I found that as part of a process was just amazing, really. And one of the big things I got from it was the connection from the other people that were there. So I built solid friendships from that one experience, which really helped me grow my business from that point, just because of feeling like supported and understood and connected was so important. So it is really valuable if you get the opportunity to go and be in a room with other like-minded people, and mentors or coaches who are steps and steps ahead of you in terms of your journey, that know how to help you to get to where you want to go. Like, it's so valuable. So that was a small one that I went to. I went to a big one, which was like in a sort of like an actual like lecture theatre style. And there were speakers, so that was really inspiring, like listening to other people's perspective on topics. So it wasn't like it was a day where you were learning, but there was a lot of listening rather than being involved, and there wasn't any implementation, but it was so super inspiring. And again, it was like connecting with people and just really enjoying that experience. So events can happen in loads of different ways, and they always leave their imprint, and it's just it's really lovely, isn't it?
Yeah, I think there's two key factors, and like, because I was just while you were talking there, I was just thinking about, what's the difference between those events that I have had the big changes and the ones that I haven't had such
Mm,
a big, um, they haven't impacted me so much. And I think it's two things. I think one, you sort of already said it, like you've got to feel safe and secure, and
mm,
you've got to be in an environment where you feel like it's safe for you to be honest, because that's what a
mm,
lot of us do in our businesses. We spend a lot of time not being particularly honest with ourselves, or not
yeah,
even seeing the bigger picture and knowing what we're looking for, or what the questions are we need to be asking ourselves, what we need to be digging into. And then I think
yeah,
the other thing is having a good leader, actually, who can actually ask important questions, not somebody who's going to tell you what to do, but just help you think differently and think
mm-hmm,
about things in a bigger way, or reflect on something that you said. And just so, yeah, those really key, like, coaching questions. And you can even have that at a really big event where you're asked a
yeah,
question and it really makes you think or see things differently, or you're journaling on something and you're like, oh wow, that's really dropped in. I've had that experience at events with over 100 people. I've
mm-hmm,
been at other events where it's just been a lot more business like focused, and I think that's
mm,
probably why they haven't been like, they've been helpful, they've been really good on the sort of doing stuff, but the big ones are the ones where you asked get asked to think about something differently and see something differently. And I think those for me are really big changes. But you're right, you don't need to, it doesn't have to be an official event like that. I mean, the Babel was born after we got together with one other birthday business owner and had a day together, and it was just like a friendly day. Of course, we talked about business because that's what we all do, but it wasn't intended to be a transformational event or anything like that. It was actually just a get together, but that's where Babel was born. So I think
yeah,
when you get together in these communities, and I know other people that events I've been to, and they've like started up companies and started collaborations and amazing things. Big things have come from them.
yeah,
So it is about making those connections and seeing other people's creative sparks, and making, and realizing that, yeah, I don't know, just helping people, again, helping people, helping you see things in a different way, or inspiring you or motivating you. I think that is the real magic of getting in a room that you can't do online. I think the online bit as well, I think the safety element is really key, because online
mm,
we just never feel quite as relaxed as we do
mm,
in a sort of in-person environment. Obviously, depending on who's in that environment, but do you know what I mean? Like when you're in person, you know that you're really truly there with just those people, and I think that really
mm.
allows us to relax into it, open up, and see some different possibilities for ourselves and our businesses.
I agree, definitely. And I know there's probably some people listening to this and thinking, oh, I'd love to go to an event, but I'm just a little bit worried about this or I'm worried about that. And you were
Mm.
saying there about safety. And I think sometimes people feel safe going to an event where they know someone.
Yes.
So there's two things I would say about that. And there's, well, if you want to go to an event, speak to a friend or a colleague and say, like, would you like to come with me? Like, I'd love to meet you in person, especially if this is one of these kind of online collaborations and friendships. So should we go together? And that can be really nice. Or be brave, step outside your comfort zone, and you might actually meet your biz bestie at an event that you go to. And I think that, having that courage and that bravery, especially if it doesn't come second nature to you, is really important in business. Just push
Yeah.
yourself outside of those comfort zones. And I'll be honest, I am pretty introverted, so it takes me, if I don't know someone going to an event, I have to, have a real word with myself about it. And I would probably feel a bit awkward initially, but I know that I can connect with people so easily. So I know that I'll get over it pretty quickly. So I would really encourage you to do that. And then the other thing I think people might worry about is the logistics of it. Is it just me that worries about these things? So it's the logistics of it. So something I'll do if I'm looking at an event is always like, oh, where is it? How do I get there? Like, how easy is it for me to get there and to get back as well, especially if it's a 1 day event? So I'll kind of want to have a rough idea, like what the area is like, and are there any train stations nearby, and how far would I have to walk, and that sort of stuff. And then, once I've got that planned and I know that, I feel quite safe to be able to go, oh yeah, okay, I'll go to that and I'll do that. And again, if you are somebody who feels uncomfortable sort of like traveling on their own, or those kind of logistical issues, then it is about being brave again. And I am someone who is very nervous about traveling on my own, but I've gone to retreats on my own. I've traveled to Gozo on my own. I've traveled to Barcelona on my own for retreats, and then gone to events on my own, and I'm still here to tell the tale. And it's only made me more
Yeah.
confident. So now I feel like I can do that. Why would I even worry about it? So yeah, try to put yourself, try to get out of that comfort zone, because on the other side of it is something, as Anna would say, transformational, that can just really lead you to different places in your life and in your business. So I'd really
Yeah.
encourage you to go for it.
Yeah. I think for me, the biggest thing that stops me from going on to events I'd like to go to, which I'd like to do all the time because I love it, is obviously the finances. And I suppose in a way a little bit for me logistics, because I live in a different continent to most of the events I
Yeah.
want to go to, but finances, and I'm being away from my kids as well, like if it's it's tricky for them if I'm away, or is this something that my business can afford, or is it something
Or
that
need, yeah.
I have priority for my business right now. And I think when you're not sure, or you haven't been to an event like this before, you're not going to know the difference it's going to make for your business. But I can tell you, like, I think look at a good way to do it is to look at what you're projecting for like what you're hoping for your business goals. And so let's say it's to have like another 2 clients a month or something like that, and then look at how much money that would make you, and then think about how taking a step outside of your business, being around like-minded people, having the experience that we just talked about, seeing things from a different perspective, potentially having new collaborations or partnerships or whatever it is, and then you can kind of look at the cost of the ticket and say, is this something that is likely to really make a difference to my business and help me to reach that financial goal? And then it can kind of become an easy yes if it's the right fit. Sometimes you might look at an event and be like, actually, I don't think this is relevant to the changes I need to make my business, or to what it is that my business needs right now. So that can be another way to kind of just look at any resistance you're feeling or reasons you might not want to go, is just think, okay, am I going to get a return on this investment? And if you are, and it's going to be relatively soon, then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And we just happen to have an event
Oh, we do.
on. We do, yeah, we do. At the end of February, 28th of February, in Birmingham, in the UK, near the NEC. If you're familiar with that area, it's very, very easy to get to, either via train or on the motorway. So yeah, we would love you to come. We have a VIP ticket. We have a standard ticket, and we have payment plans for both options. For the VIP ticket, you get to have dinner with us the night before, and we get to spend time talking about your business and helping you on a more kind of one-to-one. With that, you also get a goodie bag and priority seating as well. And with the standard ticket, don't worry, we've got you looked after as well. Everybody's getting lunch, teas, coffees, refreshments. And yeah, I think everyone's going to really love and enjoy the day, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we use the NEC Resorts World quite a lot because it is such a easy place to get to, and we have had clients fly in before as well. So we should mention the airport's right there too.
Oh yeah, the airport's right there.
Anybody would choose to fly. So I'm still undecided if I'm going to drive or train. That's something for us to discuss, I think, over the next couple of weeks. I'm undecided whether. Well, obviously I'm going to plane to England first.
Like, you're going to drive from South Africa.
Drive from Cape Town to Birmingham. But yeah, undecided because I know the parking is quite easy, and so I'm in 2 minds. It's depends how much I'm going to bring. But what I'm saying is, and there's lots of options as well. If you do feel like not going to do it in a day. I want to stay somewhere. There's a lot of there's a range of price options in that area for hotels as well, which is exactly why we picked that location and why we choose it again and again actually to work with our clients, with our VIP clients. So it's a good one. We're very excited. We've got a very lovely venue and we are excited to get it all prepped for our day with you. And yeah, we just, if you're on the fence about coming to Baba Live, we would really, we hope that this episode has helped you make that decision. I should say, I don't know of any other birth and baby business related events, obviously like the baby show and stuff, but for business owners, I don't know of anything else like this around.
No.
Certainly not coming up this year. This really is going to be a sort of, you know, a one-off, not one-off because we're going to do it again, but for 2025, it's going to be a one-off event for the year. So
Definitely.
yeah, we'd love to see that. I think the payment plan starts, I want to say it's £23. It's really,
I think you're right. Yeah,
really
affordable.
That, you know, to try and make it an affordable option for you if you are keen to come. So if you've got any questions, you're welcome to contact us, but also we're going to put the link below so you've got all the details right there.
Lovely. See you next week.
Bye.